FBI does not investigate servers. The FBI investigates people. And no matter what the Clintons say, she is under investigation by the FBI.
Edward Klein on this program last night, making it clear that the investigation surrounding Hillary Clinton is, in fact, a criminal probe. And now a whole lot of voters are saying it is time for Mrs. Clinton to go. According to a recent Rasmussen telephone survey, 46% of voters believe Mrs. Clinton should suspend her campaign until all legal questions are resolved. What's more, with yesterday's White House blessing of a possible Joe Biden run, could it be that time's up for Hillary? For more, we welcome legal and political analyst Rachel Alexander. She's Skyping in. We should point out that as she Skypes in from Phoenix, in 2010, for purposes of full disclosure, she was a worker on a certain campaign for the U.S. Senate. Mine for the Republican nomination there. These days, she's also senior editor for The Stream. Rachel, it's great to have you here on Newsmax Prime.
Thanks for having me back on, JD.
Now, Rachel, the situation for Hillary, yeah, there is political jeopardy, but just what legal exposure, what legal jeopardy does she face by your reckoning?
Well, here's the way I see it. I think that she has committed multiple felonies and she continues to commit more felonies. But the problem is with the Obama administration in charge of the FBI and the State Department, are we ever going to get anywhere on prosecuting her? What I think is going to happen, and this is why I started writing a column called Servergate for The Stream a couple weeks ago, is I think that I think she's toast. I think we're going to continue to see more and more information come out. It will derail her from the Democratic nomination, and she will be forced to drop out. I just don't see it going anywhere criminally. Again, I've identified so many felonies, from perjury to obstruction of justice to mishandling of classified information, and she just continues to change her story over and over again. There's just fodder for me to write new articles every few days. But again, a lot of the people in charge in our government, they just look the other way, and I think the most she's going to get is a wrist slap.
Well, there's a situation of legal jeopardy, and you point out your thoughts based on your background in terms of understanding the law. You also understand politics pretty well. And behind the scenes, do you imagine that it's, as we've suspected, there's some sort of rift between the White House, perhaps Valerie Jarrett, and the Obamas going after the Clintons for a little payback? 30 seconds on that.
Absolutely. I mean, we already hear about Obama having talks with Biden, looking into supporting somebody else other than Hillary. You know, he's done a few select things. He didn't have to have the FBI go this far. Right. I think Obama is a very fine line balancing between not completely throwing her under the bus, but subtly throwing her under the bus.
Rachel Alexander, we appreciate your assessment and look forward to visiting with you again real soon. Now, let's take a look at what you've been writing in about via social media. And guess what? One of the topics is Servergate. Our first email comes from Rachel. And she writes, how many ways are there to say, yes, Hillary Clinton broke the law? What is even worse is the speculation as to what she was trying to hide when she deleted and destroyed the evidence. And next, we hear from Paul, who writes in about the administration's foreign policy. This is what he has to say. Obama has now abandoned Iraq, erased Assad's red line, backed down from Putin, given in to Castro, opened our border to Central America, and agreed to Iranian nukes and ICBMs. Is there anyone in this world left to surrender to? And last, from Tony, no deal. They've proven themselves to not be trustworthy. They publicly vow death to America and Israel. This is treasonous. Why are we aiding our enemies? Tony, of course, referring to that proposed nuclear deal with Iran. Thanks to you for writing in. If you want to get a hold of us, this is the place you should visit. On the web, it's newsmaxtv.com/comments. All that remains is this comment to you from all of us. Stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.